Sometimes I have to remind myself that I once lived in New York City. I know, how can you forget this? But this is pre-Instagram and TikTok. We didn't take videos, we used digital cameras, and it was the early days of blogging. So we just wrote about everything. I did a fashion internship at a huge manufacturing company. I got paid $1,600 a month. I started off living in this really weird women's only hostel called the Webster. If you know, you know. But then I moved to Bushwick and my rent was about $700 a month. And I lived with this Lithuanian woman who had a cat, so I would just call her Cat Lady. There are so many brands that were just very much of this time. Redate. I think I was meant to go to this talk, but I couldn't go, and I have their autograph somewhere. Also, Marc Jacobs, like all of that merch would do so well now. And Jeffrey Campbell. I didn't actually get the liters, but I got the knockoff Acne wedges. So I was obsessed with all of these brands, American Apparel as well. Also Forever 21. And it took me a while to realise that the clothes did not have value. I would go to places like Beacon's Closet, they were consignment shops, and no one would take these clothes, like they were worthless. And I should have twigged, this is not the best place to spend your money. I did buy like some pricier like t-shirts from Bloomingdale's, but I wish I'd bought some bags. Also, look at the phone we had to use. So iPhones were a thing, but we just didn't see the point in having a smartphone in New York. But sometimes we would be in taxis lost and we'd have to ask people on the street, like, do you have an iPhone? I would work hard and play hard. I think I worked from like 9 till 7. I remember having a day at work and then going out for St. Patrick's Day. I didn't eat particularly well. I did not exercise. My metabolism, we got to thank that. Also, I met Jean-Pierre Braganza. Do you remember him? Like randomly, I went to a Fashion Week event. I do regret some things, like I could have gone to the Hamptons with friends and I didn't go. I could have gone to a party with Daisy Lowe's ex-boyfriend, but for some reason I didn't go. Like I probably should have done it just for the story. I guess you just don't know when you're in your early 20s. You don't know that this is the time. But I did see Rachel Zoe. I went to an independent fashion bloggers conference. I saw Tavi, Susie Bubble, Brian Boy. And it was so interesting because even back then in 2010, they were talking about media kits and psychographics and having integrity. So yeah, it was such an interesting time to be in New York. I would go to Trader Joe's if I'd known that those bags would be so trendy. Also, I went to the